versus Medivh, it's just so hard to ever set up something like that, because as long as he's playing Medivh right, he's constantly looking for the other team.
Shaman camps are up once more. Maybe going to gain a little bit of value here this time, but I guess we'll have to find out. Skeletal Defenders have already been started here for No Tomorrow. The flip there, the combo again, except we don't see nearly as many heroics or resources used. Casanova splits 3 people. The lane line seal is going to come in at the same time as APOC. It cancels it. Gilly, this is not pretty, but the Twilight Dream and the Bolt, that's 4 people silenced.
Twilight Dream was huge, and Justing is doing massive amounts of damage now with getting Devastated Charge. ETC and Gul'dan melt under the pressure. Glaurung and Yoda secure another kill, a 3rd kill on Tychus. They're jumping in for more. They know that this is it.
Yes, they're going to be able to confirm at least. They're going through top rather than disabling mid. This is a misplay in the sense that they just lost a lot of time. But they don't have Sunder up. I don't think they can't stop this, but they are buying as much time as they possibly could have here, as Team 8 is terrified to move in for this win.
No Tomorrow are going to do whatever they can. Casanova and Tiger JK going after Glaurung and Yoda. Casanova falls, and that will be it. This game was so back and forth, but in the end, the team fight capabilities of Team 8 proved to be stronger and will net them the win on Infernal Shrines.
I mean, it was well fought by Team 8 through the entire game. I mean, it started with No Tomorrow maybe gaining a little bit of control, but those last fights, it was just unstoppable. And No Tomorrow pretty much, you know, they kept doing the same thing over and over again, so I didn't expect it to change. After the momentum, it kind of swayed. I just, that ending there, the teammate was like, can we do this? And they're like, I think we can do this. And he was like, are you sure we can do this? Like, I don't know, Diablo was so afraid. But in the end, teammate was able to, you know, pull out the W. And also, I'm sure that kind of stuff is the stuff that will be cleaned out after they get to play together for a long period of time.
Congrats to Team 8. They're one game away from finishing out this series. We're going to commercial break. When we return, we'll be back to game number 3.
Bronzebeards are known across the whole of the Azeroth. My eldest brother Magni was king of Ironforge, wise and fair a ruler as ever been. And Bran, well, he's a renowned explorer, always finding secrets, being written about in Explorers League Geographic. With brothers like that, I'd feel a wee bit overshadowed. If I didn't kick so much ass! All right, lads, line up! It's hammer time! My people lost everything. Their light was extinguished, replaced by a hunger for magic and vengeance. We became the Blood Elves. Now, I will fight for my homeland. Selama Ashalanore. I am Prince Kael'thas, and the time for a reckoning has come.
It's not easy being queen. So many subjects to keep in line. So many scores to settle. I am the Swarm. And vengeance has never looked this good.
We are back in our last series of the day between No Tomorrow and Team 8. Team 8 is up 2 games, so one more game and they'll take it. But we saw what happened in the last series. It's not over till it's over.
It really isn't, and I think this draft is going to hinge a lot on Glaurung's Medivh. Again, I don't even think I care about the map anymore. I think I just expect it to come into play and the whole team to try and work around it. So I think I would let it through, to be honest. If I'm drafting against them, I think just worrying about the other tools that have been common factors, like the Diablo, getting that away from Justing, if No Tomorrow is going to be able to turn this around, because they've somehow made it work twice in a row.
They have. It's almost like a Glaurung all-in composition, but in a different way,
Yeah.
where he's saving everybody. We have a tweet from you guys. Thank you so much for communicating with us throughout. It's been awesome to see your tweets all day using that hashtag HGC from Boba Ram or Boba Ram. Not sure. I would pull out my hair for Team 8 if I wasn't already bald.
You know, you can join the Karzine Club. Caldor's there. A couple of players have been there after making bets with Caldor for whatever reason. So, you got a welcome family, here at the HGC. But thank you very much for the tweet. It has to be frustrating. Medivh is frustrating, right? I mean, he legitimately has a talent that Medivh cheats. That is the person he is. He is hard to play with. He's hard to play against. He's just, that's it. It's difficult.
Yeah, he has been annoying, and especially in the hands of Glaurung. Glau shows that not only he's been practicing a lot with them, but the team has been too. Our battleground is ready. We're going into Cursed Hollow for the next battleground.
Here's a bit of a brief history here of this series when it comes to the ban order, pick order of the maps. Dragonshire and Warhead were the ones removed off the table, and Cursed is where we now are going to reside. The draft is going to be kicking off relatively soon here, guys. And it's just, we actually already have it. We're
Straight
going right
into
in.
it.
And to no one's surprise, Medivh is first banned.
Artanis ban on the side of Team 8. That's been pretty consistent. The only time they didn't ban it was when No Tomorrow did instead.
It's Cursed Hollow. You just banned out Glaurung's reverse carry. Do you see the all in the opposite direction now?
Yes, I do see that.
You do it? All right, so you're going with the Illidan route.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Illidan Tassa,
Prismaticism, too, plays a mean Abathur.
All right.
You know who else does?
Yoda.
You told me this.
Yeah.
Yoda.
Yeah. Tychus is going to be lock-in here for No Tomorrow. Is that the direction that they're going to be able to take this draft? Teammate, Malfurion picked up, not going to be a little bit in that direction, or at least telling in that direction. When you play the Illidan all-in comps, you need a burst healer. Malf doesn't necessarily thrive in that scenario. So it doesn't look that way with the rack picked up either. So it'll be interesting. We don't have enough of a history really for me to feel confident. It's just kind of wherever the wind takes Team 8 at this point, now that they don't have a portal to direct their positioning.
It's definitely, we don't have a history with them, especially because they're a new team. We had some, and then, like Dread mentioned, the drafts heavily focused on Chu when he was on the team.
Yeah.
Because he had so many different picks that could surprise teams. So bringing in Prismaticism is a big shift, big enough to make us say, we have no clue what they're going to do.
All right, now the Tyrael Rhaegar rotation there for No Tomorrow. Tyrael, obviously, I've already shown my favoritism towards him in the Warrior pool, but on this map specifically, not only for the small areas where you can Holy Ground, you can Sanctification, but beyond anything, boss control on Cursed Hollow, he provides quite a bit. Sanctification, Holy Ground, both are hard to be able to take a boss or even fight over a boss into. But Falstad was the ban here for Team 8. He has had little to no effect on the drafts, it seems, so far here in North America.
That makes me think that they want to go for a pretty big engage. But there's already Sanctification to stop that if they need to, if No Tomorrow needs to.
Banning out the Falstad when, a Tyrael Death Ball-y Bloodlust option is available, that did seem, a little questionable. Even though Sanctification is negated by Gus, it's still really nice because eventually the mobility of Bloodlust is going to pull you past that. I don't think that they have to go Bloodlust by any means, but it is something that could come into play.
Have we seen a single Bloodlust today?
No. And I'm pretty happy that it has been that way. I don't think that maybe every game should not be a bloodless one, but I do think it is still very niche, even though obviously since the changes, everybody was like, well, yeah, that's all you can do, and it sure is fun. But we do see the Tassadar lock-in and the Diablo. Any thoughts?
Is Glau gonna play Tass?
No way.
Okay.
I mean, it could. I've just everything I've known about Glaurung, if he is playing the Tassadar here, it's like he's just like, you guys, you shielded me. Now it's my turn to shield you.
Yeah.
That's all I can feel about that one. Or they might, you know, I don't think it's going to be him on the Rag. It just doesn't seem like it's his type of hero. You know, it is a melee, but Glaurung has a very simple archetype of like hero, you know, in your face, constantly going type heroes. I would be more confident in like a Zeratul pickup than I would like that Ragnaros, but we're going to have to find out. Either way, No Tomorrow here is going relatively deep into their time pools. There's the Illidan, and there's the Zarya. There is the reverse all-in composition, or not the reverse all-in, but more that they took it away from Glaurung. Right. Any kind of heavy all-in?
What we would have expected from Team 8. Last pick, Prismaticism very easily could play that Tassadar. Ragnaros.
Zeratul. Zeratul is the answer to this composition.
And then you've got Void Prison, Twilight Dream, Roots, and Sulfurous Smash.
The problem is that you don't have a single backliner. They go with the Tracer instead. Do you think? How do you feel about that? You know?
I liked Zeratul.
You know, it sucks because you can't have that many melees. Really, it doesn't feel good. But I don't look at the Tracer and be like, you nailed it. It doesn't.
Some people like playing Tracer against Illidan, though.
Yes.
Because you think Illidan's hard to keep up with. Tracer's even worse.
Yeah, and she also, her damage is legitimately almost not stopping outside of her reload. So even though there is the evasion, she just does so much damage over long periods of time that she typically can outplay kind of the Illidan.
Right.
I do get the idea behind it, but I didn't think that would be the one, I guess. I still like the Zeratul as the counter momentum to their opponents. I don't think the Tracer and banking on the few kind of small picks when there's such a press R and win the video game composition on the opposite side. It's a risk.
Well, I hear that there's been a lot of good talk on Twitter using the hashtag HGC, so I want to keep hearing from you guys' tweets. We're going to get into this Game 3. Remember, this could be the final game of the evening. Team 8 only needs this to win, whereas No Tomorrow, they haven't won a single game yet in this series. They're on the back foot in a big way, and they need every game from here on out. Do you think their Illidan all-in comp is what they need to be able to pull this back?
I think they have a reasonable chance here in this game. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if it went, you know, to a teammate. They've been a pleasant surprise to me this whole series. I opened with, I thought that I was confident that No Tomorrow would be at that weird middle ground where they might be able to break up into the top 4. But it hasn't been the case. Teammate has definitely outperformed what I expected them to before today.
That's awesome to hear. We're ready for the game. We're going into game number 3 on Cursed Hollow. This is No Tomorrow versus Team 8.
All right, they need a win here so bad or they're going to be knocked out for today. No Tomorrow. Casanova is going to be playing the Illidan. Urho is going to be playing the Tyrael. Jason on Tychus. Tiger JK playing Rhaegar. And last is going to be Talking Trees playing the Zarya.
And their opponents in the red, it's Team 8. Buds playing Malfurion. Glaurung playing Tracer. Justing playing Diablo yet again. Yoda on Tassadar, and finally Prismaticism once again will be playing Ragnaros.
All right, so Glaurung is on the Tracer. At least I feel like I can understand Glaurung's playstyle still if I don't understand the Medivh and everything else. That he is not the Tassadar there. Getting a bit of the harass. Teammates' composition is going to thrive 1 through 9. Post 10, it does have an opportunity. A lot of it's going to hinge again onto the Tyrael player to make sure he gains value around the entire group. Zarya has to be on point as well. But the fact that we do see a 3 versus 2 here on the bottom side of the map, and Tracer is being used to siege, is not what I expected coming out from Team 8 here.
It's not completely out of the normal. I've seen it done a couple of times, but you're right, it's pretty rare. And No Tomorrow has preferred a 2-1-2 strategy, letting the Terrans, Zarya, or I guess she's kind of like a Terran. Zarya and Tychus hang out in the bottom, and then it's Rhaegar and Illidan in the top lane trying to go up against Ragnaros.
Really good root and pulse bomb there onto Talking Trees. He has the forces tap, actually. That's a small misplay, purely on the sense that he is only going to negate a little bit of damage onto his forts by getting that tap, but he could have backed. We know the tributes has spawned anywhere from 150 to like 240 or whatever, and that puts it in a position to where he could get another tap while the map objective is spawning. It could just come back to haunt him. It might not be anything, but it's again, I focus on those things because those things really do add up here at this level of play at HGC.
Arrow moved in, helped take out the minion wave, but all of Teammate were fine just hanging out and soaking the damage from the minion wave because it means that they can still continue to siege up against the tower. So it didn't really help out too much. Diablo even watched for Arrow to come back in, but still not too much of a full fight just yet from either of the teams. Casanova starting his jungling so that the Giants will be pushing during the first tribute.
The Giants are going to be pushing here for No Tomorrow, but nobody on the side of Teammate has gotten that retreat yet. There's going to be the root pulse bomb once again. Talking Trees is no longer speaking because he is going to be out of here. Very well done here coming out from Team 8, aggressive in this 2-1-2. It's not like anything was, unpredictable about that. The second time we've seen the rotation, the lanes haven't changed at all. Purely just Team 8 outplaying No Tomorrow so far in this game. A level advantage, and it doesn't look like Jason is going to be safe either. Glaurung's going to confirm that one, and he's walking away. Very well done. Teammate here, full control, and then I feel like it's got to be a downward spiral here for No Tomorrow.
With this melee-centered build that Glaurung's going into with Tracer, everyone from No Tomorrow just needs to assume that Pulse Bomb's always up until they see it actually drop, because she's going to have that so much. You can build it up really fast, especially once you get into heroic abilities, if she wants to take Pulse rounds, but even with Quantum Spike, you can still build it up with the melee talents.
And we just saw the aggression here. Ragnaros is now making his rotation through to mid. It looks like it's going to be a full 5-on-5. If No Tomorrow does not win this, it is going to hurt. Again, their composition does not necessarily succeed very well before pre-10, and the fact that they're already down so much onto the map, Rag is just split soaking. No Tomorrow has to move in, and they have to move fast if they want to stand a chance here in this matchup. Good stun, though. Going into Casanova. Pulse Bomb once more. Glaurung is going to be able to be in hot pursuit of him. He's going to confirm the kill, and he will be able to dash on out. Rag is just getting free experience. No Tomorrow is... I'm trying to find an answer here. They are just losing in every part of the game right now.
Teammate just 4v5'd and got a kill with Parting Gift, too. That was the ultimate parting gift when you get a kill off of those bombs. Yoda picks up the first tribute of the game, and Ragnaros had started to head down maybe to help, knowing that some of the health bars were getting lower on Teammate's side. This is rough to be down this early.
I'm trying to find already the answers. I think for No Tomorrow, the first step would be just stop committing to any objective. Worry about your 10 because you are not winning 1 through 9. The Trace Task is just, it's funny because Illidan Tyrael used to be one of the better 1 through 9 comps in the game. And Task Tracer is legitimately just a direct upgrade to that style of play. Anybody gets picked, chase him down, do the damage. Tracer can do it on our own, less dependent. So I would just, forfeit all those objectives, no matter how far it sends you behind, and just say, well, you know what? We at least are not going to let this snowball any farther than it already has. But then now we are going to have our second tribute spawning here, and it's in favor, positioning-wise, of Team 8.
All of No Tomorrow is in the mid.
They're trying to buy as much time as possible before 10 so the curse and 10 don't hit at the same time. But if this doesn't happen within like 2 seconds, I don't think there's any way they ever get this. There it is, and that wasn't enough time. Tracer's rotating out. Everything's going to snowball here unless No Tomorrow can make something amazing happen. And they do, in the sense that Ragnaros, Prismat did not rotate up to interrupt.
So that is huge for No Tomorrow. They get a tribute. As long as they don't lose anybody here, then they can move out, give up the next tribute when they don't have heroic abilities. Glaurung wants to continue the chase. He wants to see if he can get a kill. get his team at level 10. But there's nobody quite low enough that he can really commit. Jesting has jumped in. This might be the chance to find the kill and get heroic abilities. They might just get heroic abilities anyway. They have it.
Trickle down has gotten them 10, but nobody's using them yet. There is going to be the APOC, the Twilight Dream, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 somehow. Urho is in a tough spot. He is going to be going down here as well. But for how many heroics were used there on the side of Team 8, they did not come out nearly as far ahead as they should have.
Right, a 2-for-2.
That is, yeah. How?
Malfurion went down and panicked Twilight Dreamed when he did. Granted, he hit everybody and helped contribute to the 2 kills. But the focus on him, these fights are going to be very fun to commentate and watch because of all of the mobility that each side has.
All right, just the force wall is going to be enough to zone trees out of max range to be able to interrupt. And right now, it's just No Tomorrow is praying that they are going to be able to pick up their level 10 to be able to contest something with Team 8. Team 8 has now backed out. They are going to be starting their boss. And that's beautiful to do that on the second tribute when you have them.
I want to throw something crazy out there.
All right, hit me with it.
There is no cleanse on Team 8's side.
Okay.
Do they judgment?
Please no.
Okay.
I like where your head's at. Just who's going to get the kill? Like, other than a hunt like type play, like nobody can follow up to that at all. Tychus is not going to be that guy. I do like the idea of like, look at, oh, they don't have, you know, the cleanse. Who can we get onto? Can we just blow up Malfurion? But they have nobody who can get onto that damage.
Well, it wouldn't be Malfurion after 13 anyway, too, since he would have Ice Block,
Twilight
but he doesn't have it yet. The B-steps from Erho as he brings down Buds.
He's going to be able to confirm that kill, and all the heroics are still available, minus Expulsion Zone and the Draken Laser. Casanova is looking for something. There is the wall relatively soon. There's a flip. There's a meta, but it was just to survive. The Sanctus used 2. Tychus's grenade is not enough to confirm the kill, and a lot of heroics used, but that wall just so close there was not able to get past and confirm something. No Tomorrow really needed those if they were going to use those heroics right there.
Right.
And that really is going to hurt them now because they're going to be down as we see a curse and tribute spawning here.
Yeah, Sanctification and Ancestral Healing, so potentially a little bit of panic. Potentially they thought they could get more. Either way, this is a difficult spot for them to be in to try to stop this curse.
Tiger.
May not even be something they want to do. Tiger has been hit with a Pulse Bomb. In comes Sulfurous Smash, or Sulfurous Empower, and Prismaticism gets another kill as Illidan drops. Tyrael goes down. Glaurung's in the back, wreaking havoc on Talking Trees and Jason.
I've decided that apparently I don't have enough respect for Task Tracer. I don't know what it is. I think Task Tracer is a really valuable duo, but every time we've seen it, I just go, you know, it is good, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think that it's great that team fighting compositions and ones that are, you know, less vulnerable to just getting picked off are going to be the ones that succeed. But this is the second game here where Task Tracer just blows up. Granted, they get all the kills. They get all the kills in the world pre-10, right? Both times we've seen this, they get a lot of picks very early on and are able to snowball.
There were also no heroics at all for No Tomorrow to deal with that.
Yeah.
And meta just had to be used just for Casanova to get out. Team 8 are knocking on a keep with the curse. A boss is behind them.
Full health. It's a 9-minute boss. Sanctification is up. Ancestral as well. I don't think they have an opportunity to really easily be able to end here unless they get picks. But
he's going to take over this maybe. No, they're going to back off.
They're going to back out there. That is one of the few scenarios, though, that maybe risking it might be an option, or a realistic option, and a healthy one there for Team 8. But they're going to play a bit more patient and calculated decision-making there from the team. Shot calling is definitely going to be on point.
Talk about curse value. Every fort down, a keep down, a boss, 2-level lead, nearly 3.
I mean, legitimately, what else can you ask for? Like, I don't really know. The core, that's about it. Either way, 15 has now been picked up, a 2.5 level advantage. 13 is still. Talontier is not available to No Tomorrow, so teammates going to proceed to just, you know, Glaurung is going to shoot his way to victory here so far. Pulse Bomb's going to be used. That Sanct is not the Sanct you want, and there goes Prismaticism.
They got to get out of this.
Take out that fort.
All right, they got out of it. Prismaticism can start to siege down around the keep.
Oh my.
Throw out some damage, Jason.
Jason was this close, not being alive anymore. Really good poke there coming out from Ragnaros. 16 slowly going to be picked up. If I am Team 8 right now, I push this mid keep with my 16 advantage. And if I don't do it on mid, I do it on top. they have not had a single moment where it's been like, oh, you know, is this going to work out? And whenever you feel that way, why stop? Anytime you know you have a huge spike like 16, just be like, all right, we're taking a keep, even with it not a siege composition. But we do see the first time talent tiers are even, that there's going to be a fight. No Sanctification is available. APOC, Twilight Dream, so much happening. Tychus gets hit by the Ancestral, and he will stay alive for a time period. Metamorphosis now is used. Casanova is trying to draw aggro as Justing is getting lasered against that sidewall. Somehow No Tomorrow is slowly kind of turning this.
No Tomorrow understood that that was the exact moment they needed to get the fight. Bud's ice blocked.
I thought it was going to be hang the wrist nade coming out from trees, but it wasn't there. Diablo is now